Oh, nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this, and then I got to get... How are we doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's still morning for me, so good morning to everybody. Hello, how's it going? So what we're going to do is we're going to read the Abacus, and this is what we're doing. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. How is everybody doing? So the first thing we're going to do is understand that this is 79, 78, 78. So from here, I'm going to color in 70, 5, 6, 7. And then we have 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. And then on the abacus, it looks like this. 78. That's what abacus looks like. So then it takes me to this box over here. Because this box over here, what I can do is I can go to 41. So what we're going to do is we're going to color in 41. How does it look like on the abacus? This is what it looks like on the abacus. 41. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 1. So we have my 10s and my 1s. And what we're looking at is how to color in, and I wanted to color in the abacus. So we have 40 and we have 1. And then it takes us to this box over here. Well, we need to look at 76, 6, 7, 6, 7. So 6, 7. So we have 6, 5, 6, and then 7. 5, 6, 7. So that's what 6, 7 looks like. And then takes me to here. I want to go to 31. 31, we're going to color it in. 30, 1, 2, 3, and 1. So on the abacus, it looks like 30 and 1. That's what it looks like on the abacus. And then it takes me to this number, 16. So we're going to color in 16. How does 16 look? It looks like their 10s is 1s, right, is 1. Our 10s is 1. And then we have 5, 6. So what I'm doing is I'm showing how to read the abacus. It's really easy to do. And then our next number is 59. So we have our 5. The top bead will always be 5. And then we have 9. When we count it, we go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, right? 5. This is 55. And then we need to do 6, 56, 57, 58, 59. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Hello. My name is Lynette, and what we're doing is we're learning how to read the abacus. So it takes me to this one over here, to this box. So this box, I have 51. So 51 is 50 and then 1. That's what 51 looks like. So on my abacus, it looks like this, 50 and 1. And then I have 58. So I have 50 and then I have 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. So on my abacus, I go 5 and 5, 55. And then we do 6, 56, 57, 58. And it takes me to here. So what are we doing is we're reading the abacus. Hello, everybody. Welcome. And this is the abacus maze that I've created. So we have 88. We have 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. On my abacus, I have my 10s, right? So I have 1, 2, 3, add the 5 is now 8. We go 1, 2, 3, add the 5, now we have 88. Hello, everybody, welcome. The next number is 6. 6 is 1 bead on top and 1 bead on bottom. 1 bead on top and 1 bead on bottom. And that is what 6 looks like. Welcome, everybody. Hello. And then it takes me to this number over here, and this number is 50. So 50 looks like 5 and a 0. When I go on my abacus, 50 just looks like that, 5 and a 0. And my final answer is 31. So to show 31 on the abacus, it's 30, 1, 2, 3, and then 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome. 31. So this is my book. My book is available for purchase. However, I don't have it in stock. If you're looking for this book, it is available here. My name is Lynette, and I'm happy that you guys are joining. So let's see how you fare. It is now your turn to tell me what the numbers are. This time we're going to do 3 digits. And this book is also available on Amazon. This is 3 digits, and my name is Lynette. I am an abacus teacher. Okay, so what are we going to do is we're going to do 3 digits, not this one. We got to start from this. We got to start from the starting point. So we have, oh, that did not go well. Okay, so we have to start from here. going to move my stuff. So what are we going to do? Let's color it in. We have this number. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you so much for the hearts. Thank you so much for the hearts. Okay, so what do we have here? We have our hundreds, because it's 3 digits. We have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to, I'm going to color it in, and you let me know what number you think this is. If I have my hundreds, this is my hundreds, this is my tens, here's my tens, and then this is my ones. The top beat, oh, thank you, Murph. Yes, you're right. 925. Thank you so much. Yes, fantastic. Easy. So we have this number. We have our hundreds. I'm going to color it in. We have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. What number do we think that is? We have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. When I start, we go 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 400, and then this is our ones. This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So my final answer is 409. 409. So 409 looks like this. 400, 409, 409. When I place the labels, I have my ones, my tens, my hundreds. And now we're at 409. Hello, good morning, AI TikTok God. Thank you so much for sharing my live. Thank you so much. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm not sure where you are, but good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you. Yeah, it is. I'm in the Pacific Coast. So are you also on the Pacific Coast? Haha. Good morning. Yeah, it's still 8:10. It's 11:30 right now. Okay, so it is 409. And so our next number over here is this. When we have our tens, 100s, we have our tens and we have our ones. I'm going to color it in. I have my hundreds, I have my tens, and I have my ones. So when I look, I have 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 800. That's what 800 looks like. And then we have our tens, 1, 2. So we have 20. And then our ones. How many ones? We have 3. 1, 2, 3. When I look, I have 823. And then takes me down to this block over here. I'm going to color in my hundreds. I'll color in my tens and then my ones. I have my hundreds, my tens, and my ones. What number do we think this is? Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in and let me know what number you think this is. We have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. So we have, hello, E. I'm on, oh, it's M. Hey, M. Oh, okay. Okay, thank you, Jedi. Yes, so it's 536. You're absolutely right. Thank you, America. So we have 536. Takes me to here, and now we have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. So we have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. What number do we think that is? Oh, that worked out. Nice. How are we doing? So we have our hundreds, our tens, so we have 400, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 30, 1, 2, 3, and then we have 1. Oh, this is so much easier. Oh, there we go. Right? So 431. Thank you. We have 431. It takes me over here. And then we have our next number. I'm going to color it in. We have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. When we look, we have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. There's no beads touching in the ones, so this is a 0. I have 5, and then that's 500. This is 40. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4. This is 40. So this is 540 is my answer, and it takes me down to this box over here. And then we look, what number do we think this is? So if I have my hundreds, my tens, and my ones. We have 1, 2, 3. Oh, let me count. Let me color it in. So we have hundreds, tens, and ones. What number do we think that is? What number do we think that is? Thank you everybody for joining. So we have our hundreds, 300, 1, 2, 3, our tens, 5, 6. This is 60. And then, thank you, Jedi. Yes, thank you. 362, 1, 2. Hello, Eli. I just got one. It's old, but it has 2 beads on top. And are they numbered? How are they numbered? Oh, fantastic. Sorry. So what you have is a Chinese abacus, and there's a 2 beads on top and 5 beads on the bottom. It works very similar to the Japanese abacus. Thank you for commenting. I hope you enjoy your abacus because it's the greatest thing next to sliced bread. If you wanted to follow along with me, you could ignore the top bottom and the bottom. But if you want to continue on with the Chinese abacus, which is perfectly fine, you would count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, because we have 5 here, you want to trade it in for the top bead. This top bead is also 5. So now we have 5 and 5. Oh. And now we can count higher. We can count 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because I have 5 here, I'm going to trade it in for this one up here. So now we have 10. But because we have 10 here, I'm going to trade it in to here. So this is what I have. I have 10. Does that make sense, Eli? When we're looking, we have 11. So 11 is just this. Every column is a place value. It's less efficient to have the 2 tops. It has its pros and its cons, love in a triangle. It has its pros and its cons. So you can do really easily if you have any children, or if you're struggling with how to do 6 times table. It's actually really quite nice to do 6 times table on the Chinese abacus. So we have 6 times 1, 6 times 2. That's already 12. 1, 2, right? 12. But then we trade it in and we do that. This is 12. And then 6 times 3 is 18. 1, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 6 times 4 is 24. So we remember that this is 2. 1, 2, I'm going to trade it into this, and now we have 24. And then we can do 6 times 5. 6 times 5 is 30. So if you notice, I have 5 and then 5, and now I have 30. So yeah, cool. But it seems easier for 2 beads as 5. That's cool. Seems a bit easier for 2 beads as 5. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. But then the reason why I don't stay here is because now it kind of breaks the place value of every column. So every column, the way I have it, the way I know it, is that every column is a place value. And so I want to keep that, I still want to keep that concept, because then you can count higher than 10. And it's the same thing with the Japanese abacus. So the Japanese abacus, every column is a place value. So our ones, our tens, our hundreds, our thousands, our 10,000s. I like the one on top. Oh, yeah. I see, yeah. So I do like this one. And all of my abacus worksheets and workbooks and my classes and all my videos all talk about the more modern abacus. This one is a little bit dated, and there's not too many people that actually know how to utilize the Chinese abacus from what I understand, but I don't know. I'm not an abacus expert when it comes to thinking about how many people understand how to read the Chinese abacus. But I do know that the Chinese abacus was before the Japanese abacus, so it's a little bit more dated. But I don't see anybody else manufacturing the Chinese abacus. They're now doing more of the Japanese abacus. And it's been interesting because in the Japanese abacus, now they have different sizes. So I actually sell 2 of them. I actually sell this colorful one, which is 7 columns, or this 13 column one. And the 13 column one works exactly the same as the colorful one. It's just that it's a little bit bigger because, size matters. So because size matters, what we're going to do is we're going to understand that we have more columns. And if I choose, I can be the 1 over here. So if this is my ones, then I have my ones, my thousands, my millions, my billions, and my trillions. So I can count and track my numbers to go all the way to trillion. But then you might be wondering, well, what happens after the ones place? If I'm over here, then what about these 2? These 2 are actually my decimal places, and that's how the decimal system works, right? So if I have my ones, after my ones, the next placement value is my tenths. And there we have it. So we're going to continue on with the abacus and the maze. So thank you, Eli, for the question. Let me know if you have any more questions about abacus or arithmetic. That's all I know. I only know arithmetic. So we have 362. 362 takes me to here, and so I'm gonna color it in. I have my ones, my hundreds, my tens, and my ones. So I can show you on my abacus, I have my hundreds, my tens, and my ones. What number do we think this is? We have 813. That's what that looks like. How do I know it's 800? 800 is 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 1 in the tens place, and then we have 3. 1, 2, 3. So this is 813. Takes me to this box over here. And then what do we have here? So if I have my hundreds, my tens, and I have my ones. I have my hundreds, my tens, and my ones. Notice I have no beads touching the ones. That means this is a 0. So I have 520, 2, 0. And so it takes me to up here. This is 520. And then, almost, Eli. When we're looking, 100 looks like this. If it's the bottom bead, that is what 100 looks like. However, we had the top bead, so that's the 5. So the top bead will always be 5 no matter what. When we look, this is 5. If I add 5 here, now we have 70. Makes sense. Good. So we have this number. I have my hundreds. So I have my hundreds. I have my tens. And then I have my ones. And hopefully, Eli, you can follow along with your abacus. It works very similar. So we have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. For the Chinese one that you have, you can just choose any one of the columns. I would recommend doing something around on the right side because there's no indicator. But on the Japanese one, there is an indicator. So that's why I'm over here. I have 2 indicators, one over here or one over here. So my final answer is 213. 213 takes me to here. So it takes me to this box, and I wonder what this number is. Let me know in the chat what you think this number is, and we can talk about it. Because we have our hundreds, we have our tens, and we have our ones. So if I look, I'm going to color it in. I have my hundreds, my tens, and my ones. So it looks like what? 686. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 5, 6. So 686 is my answer. And that will take me down to here, and we are just about done reading the abacus. So I have my hundreds, my tens, and my ones. What number do we think that is? Wow, it's a quiet group. Usually I have a lot more people commenting, but it's okay. So we have our hundreds is this. Our tens is that. Thank you, Eli. Almost, Eli. This is the number 8. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8. When you had, thank you. Hey, welcome back, Mala. Thank you, Cole. Thank you, Gwen. Thank you, Gwen. Yes. So 200, Ebony. Thank you, Ebony. Okay, so 126 looks like this when I take away the 2 beads. So 226. Okay. But the answer was 228. 5, 6, 7, 8. My mic is not muted. Nope. I think I'm good. I've been here for a minute and I got the concept. But it is just a puzzle, or is there more uses for this device? There's more uses. We can add, subtract, multiply, and divide. Hey, Zach. You might want to turn it up. So we can actually do adding, subtracting, multiplication, and division, not just reading the abacus. I start with reading the abacus so then people can understand what's going on. So that's what we're going to do right now. We are going to learn how to use the abacus. So the first thing we're going to do is understand when we move the beads, right? The beads are edged, right? There's an edge to it. So even though your hands are big and burly, what you want to do is you want to move the beads gentle and with intention, right? So what we're going to do is we're just going to use the edge of the beads. Makes sense? So when I use the abacus, I use the edge of the beads to move it. That's it. And so the abacus is very easy to move. Because it's easy to move, if you bump it, you're going to get the wrong answer because then your beads all move. We're going to continue on and notice that if I do this and I flick, then my answer becomes wrong. So you don't want to flick.
And flick. Oh, you flick too hard, damn it!
So you don't want to flick. The reason why is because your answer will become wrong. What we want to do is we want to move the beads with intention. If I have the 5, I want to add the 4. I'm going to add the 4. So my final answer is 9. And that's about it. All right. So now what are we going to do is we're going to understand how to move the beads. That means we're going to do a little bit of simple adding and subtracting. I could give you big giant numbers, but then that would be confusing. So that's why we're going to go into some simple adding and subtracting, if that makes sense. In Abacus world, what we do is we focus in on the process. We want to marry the process and divorce the result. Does that make sense? We want to marry the process and divorce the result. So when we look at it, the way this book is broken up, this is my preschool abacus. And what it is we talk about what? See, that didn't work. Son of a gun. Okay, so in the beginning, there's a bead recognition, and that's what we did. We understand how the beads work. We understood that, if we have 10, we have 11, and we have 12. And then it goes further, and there's like activities for the children. This was meant to be for preschool, for those kids that didn't know what numbers were. And so I made it to be very abacus focused. But we get to the questions towards the end of the book. They start adding and subtracting. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start adding and subtracting. In the abacus world, we focus on the add-in. So if I have the 5 and then I want to add the 1, do I have enough? Can I do it? Yes, I can add the 1. So I'm just going to add the 1. My final answer is 6. Again, what we're doing is we're understanding how to add. When we add, we want to know what the number is. So we could do it again for the 2. We have 5 and I want to add the 2. When I add 2, is there enough? Yes, can I do it? Yes, I can add the 2. So my final answer is 7. Again, we can do it again. So what we're doing is we're solidifying the concept of how the beads move and what the beads mean. So if I have 5 and 3 in regular math, right, you have like tally marks, or you can do it with dots, whichever is fine. But in abacus, we only have the 5 and then we add the 3. But now I can supertize. Supertizing means that if I look at a number, I know what it is. Whereas if I had this, I would have to, figure out what this number is. This would be 8, but you can either separate it by like halving it or whatever. This one is a little bit easier, but it's kind of complicated if you have more than just, single digits. On the abacus, it's easy to supertize. That's why, thank you, hi, this is 8. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8. So on the abacus, we show that this is 8. It's very easy to see that this is 8, and then this is 9. If this is 5, we have 6. So then we have this next question, right? What we're doing is we're going to add the 5, and then I want to add the 4. Notice when I add the 4, it's going to the horizontal bar. When I subtract the 4, it is away from the bar. So what we're doing is we're understanding how to move the beads. We want to add the 5 and then add the 4. This is going, now we're adding our numbers. This is now 9. When I subtract, we have 9. I want to subtract 4. I move it away from the horizontal bar. So now we have, our final answer is 5. So it's again when we talk about take away the 1. That's easy. So if I have 4 and I take away the 1, what I'm doing is I'm going away from the horizontal bar. And it's the same thing with the 2. If I take away the 2, I'm going away from the horizontal bar. It's the same thing with the 3. So what we're doing is we're understanding the concept of how to move the beads. We have 4 on the abacus and I take away the 3. If I take away the 3, 1, 2, 3, and I take it away. And that's it. See, I don't know why that didn't work. So we have 4. We have 4 on the abacus, and then we want to take away the 4. When we take away the 4, I want to move it away. And then my final answer is 5. Now here, we're going to keep continuing on. We have 5. We want to add the 5. We take away the 5. Again, it's the same thing. We want to know what we're doing. So we want to, if we have 2, I want to add the 5. Then my final answer is 7. And then we could do it again with the 6. So we have 1, and then we add the 6. To add the 6, we want to bring it together like that. If we want to take away the 6, we move it away. So we're pinching it, right? We're pinching the top bead and one bottom bead, and we bring it together. Or we could take it away. So my final answer is 1. And it's the same thing with the 2, right? We have 2 on the abacus. I want to add the 6. To add the 6, it's one top bead and one bottom bead, and you pinch it together. And then we take it away. And that's it. Cool. How is everybody doing? So we could do the same thing with 7, same thing with 8. So we add the 1, we add the 8, right? We go to the horizontal bar. When I subtract 9, right? When I subtract 8 from 9, right? I take it away like that. And my final answer is 1. And 9. 9 is not too complicated. It's either 9 or take away 9. That's it. So that is a little bit about adding and subtracting, and that's what this book is about. That's available here. Create a flash sale. Can I create a flash sale? I don't know what I'm doing. Hello. Hello. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. My name is Lynette, and I'm trying to figure out this. Okay, so what are we doing? We're learning how to read the abacus. When we understand how to read the abacus, is this only style of abacus that you recommend for kids? No, I do recommend the 13 column one as well. The reason why is because when you start going to multiplication, then you have more columns to be able to utilize, if that makes sense, nostalgic. So depending on how old your children are, you could use this one to the beginning parts, but then I would graduate them to the bigger number, just for them to understand that they are accomplished. The difference between what? The only difference between the colorful one and the 13 column one is just the size. So this one is 7 columns. This one is 13 columns. And so with the 13 columns, you can do exactly the same. If they're older, let's say they're, I don't know, 9, 10, 11, you could go straight into the 13 column abacus. And then you just use this for the rest of the time, because they're just more serious, or maybe the colors are too overwhelming, or they think it's childish. What do the beads separated top mean? Are those the 10s? No, Birdie. It means the 5. So when we're looking, this is 5. Thank you for the question. So we have 5, and then we can add 6. Sorry, we can make 6. So this is 5, 6. This is 7, 8, and 9. After 9, 10 is over here. This is the 10s place. That's column over, just like how we write. We have 0 and 1. 1 and 0. That's a 10s. So we can count by 10, 20, 30, 40, and then 50. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and we have 100. That is why I'm in the middle, because then I have room to grow. How are we doing? I don't know. That seems kind of... Okay. Yeah? Does that make sense? So the bead on top... Yeah, not a problem. The bead on top, if you want to be poetic, is the heaven beads, and the beads on the bottom is called the earth beads. And what separates it is this horizontal bar. This horizontal bar is what counts our beads. So notice none of the beads are touching the bar. This is now 0. When we do this, this is 1. When we do this, this is 2. We have 3, and then there's 4. Cool. Okay. So, for those of you that joined, my name is Lynette. Thank you everybody for joining. And what we're doing is we're learning how to read the abacus. If you guys are all ready, we can start going into adding and subtracting some more. Are we ready for that? Now, you might be wondering, why are we going to learn more? Well, that's the beauty about abacus. You could see the beauty about how interesting and elegant it is. So what we're going to do is... we're going to understand how to... Hey, Robert, thank you so much for the thumbs up. So, I found my grandfather's old... Hey, that's great. Wow. My whole life I didn't know it. You explained in 5 seconds flat. Ha! That's funny. Thank you. Thank you. That's all the 20 years of learning how to teach the abacus. So I've been teaching the abacus for 20 years. I've learned, I didn't learn abacus when I was young. I learned abacus when I was old, but my kids know how to read the abacus. My kids know how to use the abacus. And I'm going to put this away because it's a little all over the place. Okay, so what are we doing? If you found it, tell me, Bertie, what kind of abacus you have. Is it 2 beads on top or is it 1 bead on top? Because it's very different. Now, here's a book that I have. This book is for understanding how to make a 5. Why are we learning how to make a 5? We're learning how to make a 5 because what we want to do is we're teaching this concept to kids. Oh, excuse me. We're teaching this concept to kids, which is what? How to make a 5. We're teaching the kids how to make a 5. But what Abacus does, what we do in Abacus world, is we actually power up. We power up this concept. This is 13 on top, 13 on the top. Oh, good. So you have the Japanese abacus. That's fantastic. Yeah, this is the Japanese one is the more modern abacus. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to understand this addition sentence. This addition sentence is 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. Now what we're going to do is we're going to understand how to utilize it. We're going to make sure that our numbers work for us. We're not going to just understand this. We're not going to just memorize this. We're going to make it work, and then we're going to understand this concept. When does this happen? It happens, and I can give you an example, when we talk about adding the 4. When we add the 4, let's do 3. We have 3 plus 4. So on my abacus, Bertie, if you can follow, put the 3 on your abacus. This is 3. Now, when you notice, I want to add the 4. When I add the 4, I don't have any more beads. So let me put 3 pennies. And guess what? I don't have any more beads to add the 4. To add the 4, what do? I have a nickel. I have 5 cents. Because I have 5 cents, what I can do is I can give you my nickel, but that's too much. I'm going to take away the 1. I can show you on my abacus. I can add the 5 and can take away the 1. My final answer is now 7, which is very different in mainstream math. Mainstream math, we count up. Or mainstream math, what do? We memorize. Right? We memorize, and then we have a strategy to do doubles minus 1 or doubles plus 1. But in Abacus, we have a concept, and we're utilizing this concept. So what's the point of teaching the kids how to plus a 5, how to make a 5 if we don't use it? We can do it again. If I have 4 on my abacus, right? I have 4, and then I have 4 cents. I want to add another 4. I don't have enough beads, so guess what? I can utilize this 5. But adding this 5 cents is too much. I need to take away the 1. So now we understand the pair of 4 is 1. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you on my abacus. I'm going to add the 5, and I'm going to take away the 1. My final answer is 8. We can do it again, right? We have 2 on our abacus. We have 4. We need to add 4. But guess what? I don't have enough beads to add the 4. What do? I'm going to add my 5. But that's too much because I need change back. I'm going to take away the 1. So I add the 5 and I take away the 1. My final answer is 6. How are we doing? Does that make sense? So what we're understanding is how to move the beads. It is a concept that can be versatile. That's the thing. Oh, yeah. So that's the interesting thing, right? Now, let me tell you. But wait, there's more. It's very similar to algebra. Where's my marker? Oh, there it is. So it's very similar to algebra. So if we notice we want to add the 4, this is a variable. We're going to isolate our variable. To isolate the variable is what? We're going to make this by itself. So I have this dry erase book, and this is also available in my shop. It is right here. And what's going to happen is we're going to have 4 is equal to 5. But guess what? That's too much. So we need to minus the 1. Minus the 1. Looks very familiar, doesn't it? Let me show you. X is equal to 5 minus 1. So now we're putting in a little bit of algebra. What we did is we substituted this information for the 4. And so when I show you, here's an example problem. I have 4. When I want to add the 4, I substitute 5 minus 1. I add 5 and I take away the 1. So my final answer is 8. I can show you on the abacus. Now, in here it says to write the commutative property. That just means I want to do minus the 1 plus the 5 is equal to 4. That's what commutative property is. But this here is what's interesting, and it gets better. But wait, there's more. What do you mean? Well, we can do it again with the 3. So if I move this over, guess what? If I do 3 plus 3, or I can even do 4 plus 3, right? I have the 3. My addition sentence is 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. I'm going to isolate the 3. Looks very familiar, doesn't it? 5 minus 2. So I have my x. X is equal to 5 minus 2. Guess what? We take it one step further. X is equal to 5 minus 1. So now we're doing beginning steps of algebra. Because what happens? Remember, 4 is equal to 5 minus 1. Now 3 is equal to 5 minus 2. So now we're starting to do the beginning parts of algebra. We're teaching children in Abacus world. We're teaching children how to do algebra. So if I have my 4, I have 4 on my abacus. I have 4 cents. Right? What we're going to do, we're going to add the 4. I want to add the 3. When I add the 3, I don't have enough. I'm going to utilize this 5. So here, I'm going to utilize my 5. I'm going to plus the 5, but guess what? That's too much. I need to take away the 2. I can show you on my abacus. I'm going to add the 5, and I'm going to take away the 2. My final answer is 7. Robert, are you still around? How's it going, Tiger? I don't know if anybody else is here. Thank you. Birdie, how's it going? It's the 3 of us, if you guys are still around. So that's cool, right? Yeah. It's very interesting. We can do it again with the 3. It's going, right? We can do it again with the 3. So we have 3 on my abacus. I want to add another 3. Guess what? I don't have enough. I have 5 cents. Because I have 5 cents, hey, Plesmo. So I have the 5. That's too much. I need to take away the 2. I'm adding the 5 and I take away the 2. So my final answer is 6. Does that make sense, Plesmo? Do you understand how to read the abacus? Let's do a review. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4. Anytime the beads are touching the horizontal bar, this is 4. And then we have 5. So we have 5, 6, 5, 6, right? How does that work? So I have 5 on top. I have 5 on top, like a nickel, and I add 1, like 1 penny. 5, 6, 7, that's 7. This is 8, this is 8, and then 9. That's 9. We have 10. 10 looks like what? 1 and a 0. So if I have my place value like this, I have my 1 and my 0. That's what 10 is. Hey, WWE! How's it going? How's it going? Are you not going to summer school? My day's been going really good. Thank you so much for asking. I am pretty proud. I was able to publish another book, so now it's in review, and I'm very excited for multiplication. I'm very excited for multiplication, and we can go into multiplication in a little bit, but I'm very excited because I made a maze out of all of the multiplication. I'm really excited for this next book. Yeah, I don't have summer school. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. That's great. But you know what? If you could, WWE, I suggest you continue to read. Read a book. Read a chapter book. Read something. Read something. Don't read the news, but read a book. Keep active. The line makes a 0. The line, this one is 0. When none of the beads are touching the horizontal bar, that would be a 0. Oh my goodness. I can't see. Yes, I can't see multiplication division. I actually just finished reading my Bible verses. Oh, fantastic! Very good, very good. Keep reading, even though you're on break in the summer. Keep your mind active. Oh, you could do Abacus, but I want you to continue to read, because they were saying there was a whole like science behind the problem with summer is that when kids go to summer, they start to regress of their thinking. So what happened is that when they go into class for the first time when they start school, they have to remember how to go back. So try to keep your reading. Hopefully you can do an hour a day. I'm trying to get my kids to do at least an hour a day. Obviously, that doesn't happen, but try to put it in your habit to continue to read at least once a day for an hour. I would say an hour, but it is up to you. But if you could just read. Okay, sorry, I'm back. If I have the five heaven on the top, yep, and one bead, would that be 10? No. So the five is just the five, so that would be 50. This would be 5. This would be 50, right? And then the one beads, would that make it 10? No. So then if I do this would be 6. And then what would happen is this would be 60. And then I do this would be 600. Some people have learning disabilities. You're right. There's a lot of people that have learning disabilities, but that should not stop you from learning math, and it should not stop you from learning how to read. We want to keep active. We want to be continuing to grow. So honor 7th, I appreciate that, but we still need to learn, whether it be learning how to exercise, learning other things, right? Thank you. Thank you, WE. Good luck. I hope that you keep up with the reading. Whether it's just keep reading and just keep your mind active. Cool. Okay, so Birdie, did that make sense? This is 600. 600. And then we have 7,000. 000. Grow. Grow. I'm 71. Yeah. And you're here, right? You're learning something different. Because 71 is not in the ground yet. You should try to at least learn new hobbies, right? Yeah, exactly. Hello, Earth. I'm sorry, fire energy. Hello. Let's do a little review. Let's do a review. Right? You can't be 71 and say you're done. You got to keep learning. It makes sense. I just got to practice. Yes, you're right. It's just like typing on your keyboard. We've memorized where our enter key is, right? You've memorized where your space bar is. If you know how to do that, you'll know how to do the abacus. You just need to practice. And that's really good. That's a really good attitude. Thank you, Birdie. So when we're looking, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then after 4, we have 5. Is it this one specifically, fire energy? 6, 5, 6. So when we look, we have 5, like 5 nickels, and then we have 6, so 1 penny. So we have 7, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, something similar. I don't think it's the same one though. So I wonder, is it something like this, where it's 2 beads on top and 5 beads on the bottom? Or is it a 10 bead that goes across? Yes, this is a Chinese abacus. And you could still use it, very similar to the Japanese abacus. It's a little bit on the older side. The Chinese abacus was before the Japanese abacus, but now usually people are using the Japanese abacus. I believe they made it more efficient, but you could still use the Chinese one. So we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because we have 5, we want to trade. We're going to trade it in 5 and then 5. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because we have 5 here, we're going to trade it into here. So now we have 10. 5 and 5 is 10. But because we have 10, we can trade this into here. Now, every column is now representing a place value. Ones, tens, hundred, thousands, 10,000. Same thing with the abacus on the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is my tens, this is my ones. What time is it for you? It's 12 o'clock for me. Yeah, I'm on the Pacific coast. Yeah. I have the 5 beads on bottom and 1 bead on top. That's really interesting, Birdie. If you have 5 beads on the bottom, you could, if you really wanted to, ignore the bottom, or you could just use it. It's up to you. You just have to remember that if you have the 5 here, you just trade it in on top. That's all. 3 p.m. Oh, hey, it's 1500 here. Oh, hey. Yeah. So, I mean, it works it works very similar. And even when we do this, it works very similar because you have the 1 bead on top. So you could still, like, if I'm taking away the 4, I'm adding the 4 and I want to add the 3, I still need to add the 5, take away the 2. Does that make sense? I still need to add the top bead. I wish you were my teacher. Fire. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I hope you can learn abacus. Because I think it's the greatest thing next to sliced bread. Hey, did I see what? 3 p.m.? It's 1500. Ooh, okay. How's the weather? It's good, right? Weather's not too bad. It's a little sunny here. Okay. So, fire energy makes it easy to learn. Ha, see? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So if you're interested, I do sell these available in my TikTok shop. Yeah. So it's like a mix of Chinese and it's a sandwich of, yeah, it's interesting. I don't know where that came from, but it could just be another Chinese abacus and then the Japanese came around, or it could have been a Japanese abacus and they're like, you know what? This last one is kind of redundant. It's up to you. So yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, I do believe it's the greatest thing. So what the abacus does, we really hone down on our arithmetic. Oh, and that was the idea. So why am I teaching abacus to adults? You know why? Just like what we do with jigsaw puzzles, right? What do? We have jigsaw puzzles. Hi, my name is Lynette. I've been teaching abacus for 20 years. And so, and I was trying to align it with, I think what I like about it is that it kind of falls in line with Sudoku, crossword puzzles, jigsaw puzzles, and word searches. I'm going to add abacus into there. I went from 200 followers to, hey, that's fantastic. That's really crazy. 760 followers in 2 weeks. I'm great with puzzles. Yeah, abacus is really cool about puzzles because the way the numbers are, it's like a little puzzle piece that comes with it. That's fantastic, WWE. That's really good. Continue to post, and then pretty soon you're gonna start lives. I think you need like 1,000 followers, and then you can go live, right? Is it? Yeah, it's 1,000 followers. Do you remember? Do I remember what? I think you need 1,000 followers, then you can go live. The yellow squares. I'm at one on my word search, and I started that years ago. The yellow squares. I don't know yellow squares. We didn't have math manipulatives when I was learning math. No, you know what I do have? I have these blue boxes. Is that what you're talking about? I'm 38. Yeah, you're young. You're young. When I was a kid, we had to memorize, and we climbed up and down the hills with our bare feet, and yeah. Those are, yeah. I found these ones. Somebody was giving it away, and I'm like, I need to use these to show the difference between abacus and regular school. So regular school, if you notice, like if I have this, I don't even know how many columns there are, or how many items there are. So what we'd have to do is we'd have to group it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the difference between what is that the human eye cannot see more than 5 items, which is really interesting. And so it's great to show the quantity, but it's hard to subitize. So when we're looking, if I did this, right? So let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 35. So on my abacus, I know this is 35. No. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 35. Because this one is a 5. Yeah. So when we're looking, this is 35. 3, 1, 2, 3, and the 5. So it's easy to see because we have our place values. So every column is a place value. We have our 1s, our 10s. So then obviously what we do here is we need to trade these into 10s. So they call it trading, right? Trading, grouping. They call it regrouping. And so then you regroup to the 10 column, which is these. But then what happens is it becomes kind of difficult to maintain because I'm only one person, so it's easy to track. But if you have 30 students using this, it gets it's kind of crazy. So, but yeah, they would trade it into this. I don't know if Plezzy is still here. Yeah, cool. Oh, great. Yeah. So that's the difference between the two. And now what they're doing in new math is they're trying to make more pictures, which is fine. But it's interesting that they don't because nobody knows how to use the abacus, and that's what I'm here for. I am here to teach how to use the abacus because I think it's the greatest thing next to sliced bread. So we counted, I don't know who was still here. We counted, and Birdie Plesmo, are you still here? We learned how to make a 5, right? And then what are we going to do? Because we know how to make a 5, I felt guilty because I couldn't help my daughter, but luckily she graduated last week. Oh, hey, congratulations. Yeah, it's a little tough. It's a little tough if you don't know new math, right? Yeah, it's like, I don't know why new math is so, I know why they're trying to do, but I don't understand is they're still drawing. So what I'm trying to say is what? I have my pictures of the abacus, but it's not the same as the real thing. So even though I have this, I have the 3. Somebody was asking me, can I just go through without purchasing an abacus? And I'm like, you could, but pictures are still very different than what we do when we do real time, which is really interesting. Math is so hard. Yeah, I looked at her work, and it was like, what are they teaching? It should be an extracurricular activity. Yeah, getting math. Yeah, especially if you're not going to use it in the in the depths of It's interesting. So like, I was doing research on what new math they're doing, and I came across this one. They called it number bonds, and we can talk about it. And I can show you on the abacus. So in here, what they did was they wanted to show the kids what a 4 was, and what a 10 was, and what a ones is, 10s and 1s. So they broke it up into here. But don't forget, this is still very symbolic, right? Because now we have 10, which is still a symbol, and we have 4. This one is 60. So we have 60 and an 8. So they broke it up. And then you take your 2 10s and you make it to 70. Or you take your 1s and you make it to 12. And then you got to take these two and you got to combine it, which is fine. You could do it. Not a problem. But on the abacus, I wonder like why people don't invest in understanding how to use the abacus. So we have our 14. I have my 10s. I have my 1s. I want to add the 6. So when I add the 6, do I have enough? Just like I keep asking you guys, right? I don't know if you were here for that, but I keep saying, do we have enough beats to add the 6? Yes, we have enough beats to add the 6. Now we have to add the 8. I didn't teach you this just yet, but we talk about how to make a 10. In Abacus World, we learn how to make a 10. To make a 10, we know 2 and 8 are pairs. So what does that mean? What I'm going to do is I'm going to do some...
You need modification! Modify!
So what is this modification I'm going to do? I have this concept, 8 plus 2 is equal to 10. I'm going to modify it just like I did with the algebra. 8 is my variable. 10, add the 10, take away the 2. I'm going to substitute this information to my question. So if I substitute it, I'm going to add the 10, right? I added the 10, but guess what? I'm going to take away the 2. So my final answer is 82. What, is this more complicated? I don't think so, because what are we doing is we're solidifying this concept of trading. We're doing an exchange. It's very common when we do money, right? I give you $20, I need some change back. So now what is this? We're showing the kids a little bit about how to do some trading. If I give you a little more, I need some return back, just like with the 5. Did that make sense? So what we're doing is we're beginning understanding how to critically think as well. Like, is there enough beats to add the 8? No. Well, what else can I do? I'm going to add the 10 minus the 2. Whereas I don't know why. I know why they're doing it, but I don't agree with this because it's still just a bunch of symbols. I don't know for what 60 is. And then you can start talking about those math manipulatives, but then if I have 60 of those columns, then that's a lot for my eyes to see. It is easier, but it requires the concept. Exactly. I kind of like the counting that way. Yeah. Yes, you could do the counting, but then you'd struggle with algebra, right? So then algebra becomes a little bit more difficult because the concept is what we're trying to get to. Kids, I'm not going to tell the kids what x is equal to 10 minus 2. I'm talking to big people, right? So what I would do is I just tell the kids, well, what's the partner of 8? The partner of 8 is 2. So we know if we have 10, it'll be 8 is equal to plus the 10 minus the 2. As they get to bigger, as they grow older and their brains mature, they're going to understand that they're going to be able to substitute. When my kids learned algebra, they were like, why do I know algebra even though I was never specifically taught? It's because Abacus is the gateway to complex math. Abacus utilizes algebraic concepts. For me, I can't do algebra. If you started with this, right? So if we did x, and I had it. Where's my pen? Right? If we started with it, this is the beginning parts of algebra. The difference is what? I know my variable, right? In algebra, there's an x, but in Abacus, there's an 8. I'm going to have to come to learn. Yes, you can. Yes, it is fast. It's so fascinating. And then we take it one step further. Guess what? If I do 7 equals 10 minus 3. Guess what I did? I have x is equal to plus the 10 minus y. And I'm like, my God, that's so crazy. So what did I just do? I took this information and I just replaced it with letters. This is algebra, but not really, because we know our variables. That's why it's so cool. So we give you step by step. Abacus gives you small increments of information, and you build on it. Don't forget, Abacus, I'm teaching you at a faster speed than what I would do for my books. My books is very incremental because I don't want to have math trauma. So this is my one of my books. This is only talking about how to make a 5 when we did that in the beginning. And all the questions are here are curated specifically to understand how to make a 5. I give you the beginning parts. Why do we do this? So just like I don't know if you know this movie, but you take the jacket on and you take the jacket off. If you know how to put the jacket on, you'll know how to take the jacket off. It's the same thing. So we understand our basics. We understand what we're doing is we're understanding our add-ins. We want to know how to do the 4, how to do a 3, how to do the 2, and how to do the 1. Why specifically those numbers? Because that's all about how to make a 5, right? Then we go to the next step. If you know how to add, you will know how to subtract. That's where the next book comes in. That's the next book. The next book is how to take away. We have this concept, and you'll know that when we start building, the concept builds on top of each other. So it's not a separate strategy altogether. So here, if I have 16, right? If I have 16, I want to take away the 4. I'm going to minus the 5 plus the 1. Wait a minute. That sounds very familiar. Because remember, to add the 4, it's what? Plus the 5 minus the 1. Plus the 5 minus the 1. But now we're going to do the opposite. We're going to minus the 5 plus the 1. And then what happens? You're going to see a number pattern. I'm going to take away the 4, or I add the 4. That's why we start with small numbers, so you can see the movement of your numbers. We add the 4, we take away the 4. If I have 12, I want to add 4 plus the 5 minus the 1. If I want to take away from 16, I take away the 4 minus the 5 plus the 1. Yeah. But don't forget, it takes a little bit of time. I've only been here for an hour. You've only been here for maybe an hour. We're going through a lot of information, but it takes time to get used to 1, read the abacus, 2, move the beads, and 3, the concepts. So what's after this concept? After this concept is how to make a 10. We teach the kids how to make a 10. When we teach the kids how to make a 10, it's the same thing. We're teaching them these math pairs, right? We're teaching them this math fact. Fact family. Wow, I have 1,000 likes. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. So it's the same thing. Guess what? Let's do 8. I will show you how we do 8 on the abacus. And I want to add 7. I want to add 8. So I have 8 on my abacus. I have 8 on my abacus. Guess what? I don't have any more beads to add another 8. What do I have? I have a dime. If I have 10 cents, I'm going to give you my 10 cents, and I just need to take away 2 because that's too much. I can show you on my abacus. I'm going to add the 10 and take away the 2. My final answer is 16. Thank you guys so much for the likes. Thank you so much for the likes. I think we're going to get to 2,000. Right? That's crazy, but it's simple yet, right? It's the concept. Again, when I teach the kids and the kids are young, they're not going to be like, oh, this is X plus Y. No, 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 no. What we're going to do, right? What we're going to do is understand this is the formula that they would have to memorize. Plus the 10 is equal to, plus the 8 is equal to plus the 10 minus the 2. I get it now, right, Birdie? Because now...
Oh, I can see everything.
Right? Makes sense? It's crazy. It's simple and elegant. But what Abacus does, if you notice, we don't do this thing doesn't do any calculations. The calculations happen in your brain, right? The calculations happen in your brain. So that's why this is considered math gymnastics, or what, math or brain stimulation, or what do you call it? I don't know. Math. I think brain gymnastics is where I'm going towards. So just like how we use logical math, logical puzzles, jigsaw puzzles, Sudoku, even playing chess, that's more strategic. That's where Abacus lies. For the older generation, for the older people, I would recommend start to do the Abacus because it keeps our brain active. And then it gets to like where we do questions like this. And all of this, again, is very specific to adding the 10. When we add the 10, and then there'll be a combination of adding the 10, taking away the 5, and adding the 5. And then the next one is minus the 10, and that is in review right now. I will have that published very soon. And then there's a whole curriculum. There's a whole structure to the abacus. So these are all this is not all my books. I have more books. I have a lot of books. But I'm in the process of building out more books, and I'm actually building out some multiplication and division. But first we're going to continue on with adding and subtracting. Because why? Multiplication is just fast addition, right? It's like a shortcut. Same thing with the abacus. The abacus shows you shortcuts. And one of the shortcut is what? This is a foundational thing. This is like a Lego piece, right? Having an 8, you plus the 10 minus the 2. And then if you know how to utilize it, right, what's going to happen is we can Tetris our way through. Which leads us to my next concept, was two-step equation. Two-step equation is a very common term for algebra. Oh, again, my name is Lynette. If you're looking for some books, I have it in my TikTok shop, or you can find me here. My name is Lynette. See you soon. See you soon, Fire. Thank you for following. Thank you for sharing my live. I appreciate you. I appreciate you came by and you're open to a new way of learning math. So my name is Lynette, and I've been teaching Abacus for 20 years. Oh, that's what we're going to do, is we're going to understand this. This is a two-step equation. I call it two-step equation because, wait, you'll see. I need to find, I need this. There we go. So you might be looking at the questions like, aren't they the same? See you later, fire. Are they the same? No, they're not the same. Why? Because we're looking at the we're looking at the add-in. Using your spare time to teach is beyond selfless, and thank you for investing in the world to a better place. Oh yeah, not a problem. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that, and I hope it helps. I hope it helps. I know a few kids. Oh, WWE said that their GPA rose up because they learned the abacus. I'm just, yeah. It's really cool when people make connections, and I do like it. So what are we doing here? We're gonna add the 8. When we add the 8, what are we gonna do? We're gonna add the 5. We know how to add the 5. Adding the 5 is using a plus 10 formula, right? Plus 5 is equal to plus the 10 minus the 5. We're gonna plus the 10, and we're gonna take away the 5. So my final answer is 13. Okay, fine. But guess what? It's very different when we do the 8. So we have 5 on my abacus. I want to add the 8. To add the 8, we know to use a plus 10 formula. Plus 8 is equal to plus the 10 minus 2. So I'm going to plus the 10, but guess what? I cannot take away the 2. I have to leave now. Thank you so much. I'll come back for another. Okay, see you later, Birdie. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. And I'll see you in my next live. Thank you for the follow. Bye. So then what are we going to do? We're going to minus the 2. When we minus the 2, what are we going to do? Minus the 2, we can utilize this 5, is equal to minus the 5 plus the 3. Oh, I can't see that. Plus the 5, minus the 5 plus the 3. So I'm going to minus the 5, I'm going to add the 3. So my final answer is what? My final answer is 13. The result is the same, but what we want to do is divorce the result. Marry the process. We want to know what our add-in is. It's all about the add-ins because we want to know about the add-ins. So because we look at our add-ins, we want to make sure we understand what we're trying to add. I'm kind of rewind on that. Okay, good. Hey, Panda! Hey, Panda! How's it going? So, okay, Plasmo. So let's take it slow. So did this make sense? How to make a 5? How to make a 10? I just woke up. Good morning. Plasmo, did this make sense? Plus the 5. Okay, so then this one. This is the one we call two-step. Why? Because, and I need to find another color. This is a two-step. Why is it called a two-step? Because we go here and we cannot add 8. We cannot take away the 2. So I'm back to here. 15, right? Take away 5. I added my 10, so it gets to 15, but that's too much. I need to remove the 2. To remove the 2, and I briefly talked about it, I didn't go into it too much, I want to minus the 5. Here is the formula. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Here is the formula. Minus 2 minus 3 is equal to minus the 5. We isolate our variable. We're going to minus the 2, right? Why are we going to minus the 2? We're minusing the 2 because of this right here. This is my two-step equation. We need to minus this 2. Minus the 2 is equal to minus the 5 plus the 3. So now we're going to do minus the 5 plus the 3. My final answer is 13. Thank you so much, Panda. You too. Have a good day. I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much for dropping by. Oh, Panda, just so you know, I'm very excited for my multiplication one. Where is it? Where is it? Hold on. Before you go, I started my multiplication mazes. And I'm going to be having this book out soon. But right now, it's only going to be 2 digits times 1 digit. and I'm quite excited. I'm quite excited for it. And there's going to be some understanding on this too. So there's going to be some understanding how to use the abacus with multiplication, and this in itself, it's going to be a separate series. I am hype. I am hype. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Yeah. So then my next book, there will be 3 digits times 1 digit, and then the next one will be 2 digits times 2 digits. I think I figured out the outline for that, so I'm really excited for that. So, oh, Plasmo, did this make sense now? So what we did is we minus the 2 is equal to minus the 5 plus the 3. When do you think it's coming? It helps. It might be in a few weeks, because I'm not going to be here for a few weeks. So, because I'm going to head out for another camping on Friday. I need to stay here. Okay. So, okay, that's good. No, that's fine. You know why? Because we can continue on with more two-step equations. So here's a question, Plasmo. Did it make sense? Here's a question. Did taking away did adding the 10 make sense? Let me know. I'll keep my eyes out. Okay, good. Okay, good. Yeah. Thank you so much. Plasmo, did this make sense? How to make a 10? Because it goes by increments, right? We understand how to make a 5, and then we know how to make a 10. After we know, if this doesn't make sense, oh, thank you so much, Panda. I'll see you later. Yeah? I'm just not thinking the concept. Okay, so I'm just not thinking the concept. What concept? Like how to make a 10? Or combining the two? So that's the next step, is combine the adding of the 5 and combining with the 10. Is that where you're stuck at? It's the combining. Yes. Combining is a whole new, that's where I go intermediate, right? So don't forget, you've only been here for like maybe an hour, right? So combining takes a little more. So this is not something that you should get right away. It's not an instant thing, if that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, let's continue on. And you know what? We'll do it. We'll do that. Let's see if this helps. I made some puzzles. I'm loving the Abbies. Oh yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Here we go. Here we go. Here is more mazes. I'm going to really invest on the mazes because it's easy for me to make the maze and then be able to push out content. And then when I'm done with the maze phase, I'll try something different. But yeah, I'm going to do the maze. So here is another two-step equation. I'm going to go slow. I have 20, I have 6. So what happens? Okay, here's a question. Do you want to add the 2 first, or do you want to add the 9 first? You let me know, because I know it's very different because we are very focused on whichever number. The 2 first. Okay, so when we add the 2, we're going to add the 2. We have enough. Not a problem. Not a problem. Now we're going to add the 9. We're here to add the 9. How do we add the 9? Do you remember how to add the 9? We know how to add the 9. Plus the 9 is equal to plus the 10 minus the 1. So we're going to plus the 10 minus the 1. Let's take away the 1 first. We can do, here's where we become flexible. I could say minus the 1 plus the 10. Why? So I don't forget to take away the 1. I'm going to take away the 1. Now I need to plus the 10. Remember, to plus the 10 is 1, 0. 1, 0, 1. I want to add the 1. Can I add the 1? No, I cannot add the 1. Guess what? I know how to plus the 1. I'm going to use the 5. Plus 1 is equal to plus the 5 minus 4. So I'm going to plus the 5, right? Because I don't have any more beads to add 1. I need to plus the 5, but that's too much. I need to take away the 4. So my final answer is 55. Did that make sense? Yes. Good. It's all about, do you have enough beads? That's all the question is. Do you have enough? Yes or no? So if my answer is 55, it takes me to here. And now my next question is 19 plus 82. 19 plus 82. Now you tell me, which one do you want to do first? The 8 or the 2? You let me know. The 8 or the 2? The 8 first. Okay. So can I add the 8? Yes or no? Yes. I can add the 8. Okay? We're done. Now I want to add the 2. Can I add the 2? No, I can't. Hello, TikTok God. You're back, AI TikTok God. Hey, twinning, winnie, twinning, twin. I'm sorry, wrong one. So the framework, can I add the 2? Can I add the 2? Yes or no? No. Can I add the 5? Can I add this 5? Yes or no? No. So then I have to do the 10. Plus 2 is, I'm going to say minus the 8 plus the 10. Plus 2 is equal to minus the 8 plus the 10. So I'm going to minus the 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, minus the 8. And remember 10, 1, 0, 1, 0. I cannot add the 1. I need to add the 1 here. Do I have enough to add the 1? No. Do I have enough to add the 5? No. Then I go here. Plus the 1 is plus the 10 minus the 9. Plus the 10 minus the 9. Plus the 10 minus the 9. My final answer is 101. Cool, right? It's starting to see. It all comes down to, do you have enough beads? Do you have enough to add the 1? Do you have enough to add the 2? So let's go back to this one, right? The difference is what? The difference, there's no difference. It's just it's the same concept. Plus the 8 is equal to plus the 10 minus 2. If I have 5, I'm going to add the 10. I want to minus the 2. There's not enough beads to minus the 2. What do? Minus 2. Can I take away the 2? Yes or no? No. Can I take away the 5? Yes, I can take away the 5. Minus 2 is minus the 5 plus the 3. Minus the 5 plus the 3. That's how you get 13. How are we doing? Yeah, make sense? So the concept is there. We just need to keep going. It's just the same thing over and over again. Is this the first book? No. The first book is simple adding and subtracting. So the first book, the way I did it, I didn't think I was going to be teaching old people. I didn't think I was going to be teaching big people. So I was thinking, so the first book in the timeline that I had, it was the preschool, and we talk about adding and subtracting like without any formulas. The second book is making of the 5. And then the third book is minus the 5. And then the fourth book is plus the 10 minus the 10. And then the fifth book is minus the 10. And then what you're doing right now would be my 6th book in the series. I am planning to create a introduction to Abacus for adults, and it won't be as it won't be like this. It would be it would be compacted because you don't need a lot for understanding how to make a 5. So what I was going to do is I was going to have all the addition and subtraction concept into one book, and then my next book would be multiplication. So yeah, as kids, that would be the order. But as adults, I'm still in the process of making my series for adults. And it was a concept. I probably should purchase the 10 book. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The 10 book only talks about adding of the 10 and subtracting of the 10. It is up to you. So I can show you what is inside the book. Let me show you before you go through with it. because I didn't add the maze that we just did. I just created it. So it's not in this book. What I did in this book is, and it again, it's geared towards kids. But the idea was we learn how to add the 10, and it's about understanding the fact family. And then we add add the 9, add the 8, add the 6, add the 7, add the 5, all the way to 1. So here, this is where we start understanding that the 4 can have two formulas. You can either have the 10 or you can have the 4, and it's up to you to figure out which one you're going to do. And then I have activities. I'm not sure if you like the activities, but I have activities for each of the for the numbers. And then from here, after the lessons, right, then there's practice material. So I have it where this is a puzzle, answer the puzzle, and then find the answer on a puzzle piece. This one is hidden word. So if you want to find, but these specific ones this is very specific to how to make a 10, how to add a 10. And then the next book is how to subtract a 10. And then if you're ever curious, I do have answers in the back. And then this one is how to make a 10 as a maze. And so you answer the question and then you follow the maze. The formula book is a different thing, which I also do appreciate as well. It is up to you. The formula book is just a compact way. So that's what how to make a 10 is, if that makes sense. And then I do have answers in the back. And then there's activities. The formula book may be more your speed. I'm not sure. What I did was I show you what commutative property is. I show you how to do one way and then the other way. And this is the same. So we can do it either which way. I'm using this terminology, commutative property, in a different way. I'm using it in an abacus way. The reason why is because in mainstream math, they say addition states, but if you notice, we do it in the subtraction states. So when we do 5, I show you how to make a 10. And again, there's the addition and then there's the subtraction. And I show you the relationship between the two, right? I show you the relationship between the two. If we add the 5, you can take away the 5. So then after this, the sections, the way I have it, I had algebra 60 years ago. Oh, fantastic. Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much. So this one is and it's a dry erase book. It's a dry erase. I give you sample questions and it's just that. That's all it is. And then if you're looking for adding, behind it is subtraction. So this is adding the 4, then behind it is subtraction of the 4. And then this is adding of the 3 and then subtracting of the 3. But this is for the 5. And then what happened is I have another section which is making of the 10. Same thing. You add the 9, you subtract the 9. You add the 8, you subtract the 8. And then this is all very comprehensive, just as for you to go through. And then following at the very end is the abacus formula. That's where you start dissecting and having a conversation with your numbers. Do you have enough? If not, keep going. If you don't have enough, you keep going. And because we have addition, we do have subtraction. And that's the formula. And this is the formula book. I hope that makes sense. I like the dry erase. It makes it a lot easier to see. Yeah. I was, funny. Somebody mentioned that it was a lot of white space. And I'm like, it's good to have because you don't want it to be crowding your eyes, right? So I do like this. I do like this. I do like this, the way I organized it. It made so much sense when I put it all together. Yeah. And I really like the one at the very back. which is your workflow. The workflow is the key to everything abacus, addition and subtraction. If you know how to follow this workflow, then you will be able to add and subtract anything under the sun. Lady J, welcome back. Thank you so much for the heart me. Thank you for checking in. Yeah, yeah. So, and obviously I have more books coming through, but yeah, the next one would be the introduction to abacus for adults, and I was going to combine the adding of the 5 and taking away the adding of the 5, making the 10, and depending on how big the book is, that's going to be another series in its own. Which book is the workflow? This one, the abacus formula. So this one is inside there, if that makes sense. Yeah, and I was trying to make it more concise. Yeah, it's right here. Yeah, so I really do like this book. It's been very helpful. I didn't add, you know what? I didn't add the algebraic stuff. But it made sense when I wrote it. I was like, "Oh my god, I just realized this recently too. This was like yesterday." So I have give you instructions. Isolate the variable, subtract the 2, and then write the commutative property. But that's as far as it goes. This was more like a reference. Yeah. Yeah. So I do like this, and I bind it for you as well. I made this one is the one I made. This is not available in the. This is available in my shop. Yeah, it is not available in the other place, because yeah, I'd have to figure out how to incorporate it, but I'll probably incorporate it with the other one. Anyways, so that's the thought. So I've got stuff coming down the pipeline. I just got to figure out how to take the time to do it all. It's just interesting to organize all the questions, and it seems very simple, but in mainstream math they don't categorize the questions, so they just give you a whole hoopla of numbers, whereas in abacus it's very specific. We can continue on if that's okay, to if you want to, I guess, cancel camping. Yeah, we I don't know. But yeah, I mean, we could continue on with the maze. I enjoy the maze because it's not just a bunch of questions. You know what I mean? Oh, fantastic. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna highlight it, so I know that that's what we did. So we're done with this one. We're done with this one, and then we have 14. We have 1, we have 4. Which one do you want to do first? The 3 or the 6? You let me know. So some people, oh, that was the other thing. Some people ask, well, what's the point of going from left to right or right to left? Does it matter? It does not matter. It doesn't matter. As long as you track your numbers. As long as you track your numbers, it doesn't matter if you go from left to right or right to left. So which one do you want to do first? The 3 or the 6? Left. Okay, so we'll do the 3 first. So we're going to add the 3. When we add the 3, now what are we going to do? We're going to add the 6. When we add the 6, there's not enough, right? We know to add the 6. We're going to use how to add the 6. Plus the 6 is equal to what? Plus the 10 minus the 4. So I'm going to write it out. Plus 6 is equal to plus the 10 minus 4. So I'm going to minus the 4, and I need to add the 10. Guess what? I don't have enough beads to add the 10. So what am I going to do? What is the formula to add this? If I want to plus the 1, what am I going to do? Do you remember? Take away 4. Yes, right? Plus the 5 minus the 4. I'm going to plus the 5, take away the 4. My final answer is 50. My final answer is 50. So it takes me up here. Now we're going to do the next one. We have 28. 28. Which one are we going to do first? The 2 or the 3? The 3. All right. So when we do the 3, we don't have enough beads. What are we going to do? We know how to plus the 3, right? We know we don't have any room to add the 5. We're already using the 5. So what do? We know we're going to plus the 10. Plus 3 is equal to what? Minus the 7 plus the 10. Minus the 7 plus the 10. And then what are we going to do now? We're going to plus the 2. Plus 2 is equal to plus the 5 minus 3. Plus the 5 minus the 3. My answer is 51. Oh, good. Thank you, Plasmu. Thank you. Yes. Oh, different. Because we want to add the 2. Because we want to add the 2, we have to minus the 3. So now we have this number. This is another 2. Oh, this is a good one. So we have 73. What are we going to do right now? The 7 or the 8? Add the 5. Hey, Merc. Add the 5? Why are we going to add the 5? We got to do 78. Add the 5 to the 8. Add the 5 to the 8. There is no 8. This is a 7. Add the 5 to the 3. Add the 5 to the 3 to make 8. And then what? And then, yes, thank you, Plasmo. Plasmo. Right. So we're going to do the 3. We're going to do the 8, right? Plus the 10 minus the 2, right? And then what are we going to do? We're going to add the 7. When we add the 7, it's what? Plus the 10 minus the 3. So our final answer is, what's my final answer? Do you know how to read my final answer? My final answer is 151. Thank you. Yes, you make it look easy. Hey! Yes, Gummy, I did. 73 plus, yes, that's what we're doing. We're doing 73 plus 78. Yep. So we do it again. So we started on the 8. So we have 7, 3. We want to add the 8 plus the 10 minus the 2. And then what? Plus the 7. Plus the 7 is what? Plus the 10 minus 3. So my final answer is 151. Takes me over here, and now I'm over here. So I have 83. Which one are we doing? Do you want to add the 6 first, or do you want to add the 7 first? Which one do you want to do first? You let me know. Which one do you want to do first? So we're adding 83. I prefer left to start. Okay, let's do left. That's fine. No, we do left. So we add the 6. Do we have enough to add the 6? No. So what are we going to do? Plus the 6 is equal to plus the 10 minus 4. So I'm going to plus the 10, take away the 4. Cannot take away the 4. So what do I do? Right? I cannot take away the 4. Can I take away the 5? I'm sorry, wrong one. Take away the 5. Can I take away the 5? Minus the 4, take away the 5. Yes, you're right. Minus the 5 plus the 1. And then I want to add the 7, right? So what I do here is what? Minus the 4 is equal to minus the 5 plus the 1. Now I want to add the 7. Plus 7. Plus 7 is equal to what? Plus the 10 minus minus 3. Good. Okay. Minus the 3, right? Plus the 1. Guess what? There's no room to plus the 1. What do we do? If there's no room to plus the 1, what do we do? This one now becomes the 2-step. Yes. Plus the 5 minus the 1. Minus the 4. Sorry, minus the 4. Plus the 5 minus the 4. So that's how it becomes 2-step. So my final answer is 150. Takes me to here, 150, and then be here. Yep, right? Yeah, but you know the difference is what? Abacus, you go through one step until you can't do it anymore. So if I do 56, I do 50, I do 6. I'm going to do 8 first. If I do 8, plus the 8 is equal to plus the 10 minus 2. So I'm going to plus the 10, right? I'm doing 8. So I got to plus the 10. I got to take away the 2. I'm still here. But now what happens? I got to move it one more step. Minus the 2 is equal to minus the 5 plus the 3. Minus the 5 plus the 3. Am I done? Yes. Now I'm done. Now I can go to the next number. 4. I want to add the 4. To add the 4 is what? Plus the 4 is equal to plus the 10 minus 6. Plus the 10 minus 6. So my final answer, what's my final answer? Thank you, Alchemy, so much for the love. I love you too. I love you. Love you. Thank you so much, everybody. Oh, thank you so much for the garland. The hell, yes. Thank you, Lacey. Thank you for the rose. Does that make sense? So what's my final answer? Yes, do the right first. Okay, we'll do the right first. Thank you, Plasmo. Yes. Okay, let's do the right first. This is why it's good to be flexible. You do right or you do left. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just got to pick one side. And you follow it through. So I have 50 and I have 6. I want to add the 4. Plus the 4 is what? Plus the 5. No, plus the 10 minus 6. Plus the 10 minus 6. Now I need a plus 8. 8 is plus the 10 minus 2. Plus the 10 minus 2. Is there any 2? No. Now we're still here. We got to take it one step further. Minus the 2 is what? Minus the 5 plus the 3. Minus the 5 plus the 3. My answer is still 140. So it doesn't matter if you start from left to right or right to left. It does not matter. You just need to choose one side and track your columns. Oh, cool. See? I'm interested in learning this method of math. Oh, great, Alchemist. Hi. This is algebra. This is Abacus. Abacus is a methodology, and this is the abacus. An abacus counts our beads, and it makes it very visual for those people, and I think it's great for everybody. And it's very visual. So when we're learning, we want to learn how to read the abacus. This is 140, 140. So let's do a little review. Thank you so much for commenting. And thank you so much for the gifts. So let's do a review. If in case you didn't know, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 was always the top bead. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we have 10. Now you might be wondering why I'm over here. Because I have a place value and I have to find it. I always have to find my place values. Because it's always all over the place. Is it here? No. Okay. You know what? I'm going to do this. Underneath. Is it? No. I keep moving things around. Oh, found it. Okay, got it. Okay. Thank you so much, Plasmo. Okay. So we have our columns. We have our ones, our tens, our hundreds, our thousands, and our 10,000. So when we're looking, and I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we can count to 11. 11, 12, 13, 14, right? This one would be 10, 20, 30, 30, 40, 40, 50, 50. Did that make sense, Alchemist? And then we can continue on. We have hundreds. We can do 100, 200, 300, 400, and then 500. And then we can continue on. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, and then 10,000. Yeah. And so I have books on very specific abacus. And we were going through what I call a two-step equation. In abacus they call it compounding or mixed formula, but I think mixed formula is not specific enough. I think calling it a two-step equation makes more sense. And what does that mean is we combine our information, our knowledge of how to make a 5 combined with how to make a 10. And these books are very specific to the concepts of how to make a 5, how to take away the 5, how to add the 10. And I have another book that's in review right now, and it'll be how to minus the 10. And then what I did is the questions are very specific, and you have extra problems to practice because it's all about practicing our knowledge. And so this one has all the activities of like the maze. This one is the hidden word. And if you ever wonder what the answers are, I do have the answers in the back. Does that make sense, Alchemist? Yeah. So where did you leave off with how to make a 5 or how to make a 10? Or did you understand that? I'm not sure where you are in the understanding of abacus. So, because I've been on for a little bit, and it does take a little bit of different way of thinking. I appreciate everybody open to abacus.
Now, open your mind to me, please. Open your mind.
So what we're doing is we're learning a different way of adding and subtracting on the abacus. And then after a while, you can actually go into multiplication and division. Matthew, are you still here? I understand. My daughter used to attend classes. Oh, really? That's fantastic. What happened? She doesn't do it anymore? But yeah, I mean, I have my books, but well, she doesn't do it anymore. That's oh okay. Well, is she not? She didn't like the teacher. I'm so sorry. Teachers. Yeah, yeah. Oh, here's a question. How old is your daughter? If you don't mind me asking. And the reason why is maybe she would enjoy my books. I'm just curious. So like I have a bunch of activities for the books, but I don't know where she is. Right? Oh, she's 17. Oh, I thought she was young. Yeah. Yeah, my boy, I got my boys into it, and I made sure that they finished it. They did it, I think, in 5 years, and they went all the way to multiplication and division. So she knows how to add and subtract and multiply and divide. Yeah, that's what I'm assuming, and she probably's been pretty strong with it. Even if you get a solid foundation, I mean, you don't need to do like abacus all the way through. So, oh yeah, for sure. I think what was a struggle for my kids was because we had COVID. My older one had a problem with calculus because he missed that sort of thing. But yeah, I think it's the greatest thing next to sliced bread. And yeah, I mean, I could see that it can get really boring quick because it gets the abacus questions are very, it's just a bunch of numbers, and so that's why I try to make it more activity. So alchemist, did you not follow your daughter when she was going through algebra? So this is what I'm making an actual maze, and this one is the two-step equation. Yeah. And so we were just following the maze, and I was just going through. I learned a slide rule back in the 70s, but this is interesting. I heard about the slide rule. I never learned the slide rule, but it didn't survive. Abacus has been around like before Christ kind of a thing, and it's very interesting on how it's pretty versatile. Oh yeah, did I do one? I did 151. I'm over here, and then I went to here, didn't I? Yep, I went to here. Calculators replaced it. Uh, yeah. Yeah, but if calculators replaced everything, then I wouldn't be teaching abacus. So, yeah, alchemist, if you want to, you want to continue on? Do you do you know the formulas, alchemist? Yes. Okay. So let's do it. So we have 56. We have 50. We have 6. Right. Now, which one do you want to do first? Do you want to do the 8 or do you want to do the 4? Abacus needs no batteries. True. You just have to make sure you know your numbers and concepts solid. You don't have to do 4 first. Okay, so cool. So if we do the 4 first, is there enough beads? No, there's not enough beads to add the 4. We know to add the 4 is what? Plus the 4 is equal to plus the 10 minus the 6. So I'm going to plus the 10, take away the 6. And then I'm going to add the 8. To add the 8, what do I do? Do you remember? Plus the 8 is equal to what? Plus the 10 minus 2. I'm going to plus the 10. But guess what? I cannot take away the 2. Do you see? I only have one bead to take away. How do I take away the 2? Now you see that there's a pattern, right? Do you see the pattern now? Because we've been doing it a few times. You go, the more practice you see, the more practice you get, the more you'll see that it's all very similar. So if I want to minus the 2 is what? Minus the 5 plus the 3. So I'm going to minus the 5 plus the 3. So my final answer is, da 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 da. What's my final answer? 140. Exactly. Do we want to do it the other way? So we started off with the 4. We can do the 8, right? And this might be good practice just to do the other way. Hey, Tammy! Welcome back, Tammy! How are you doing? This is my new book. This is the two-step equation book. I'm very excited. So we do one way, let's do the other way. So I do 56 on this side, right? I add the 8. To add the 8 is what? Plus the 10 minus 2. To add the 8 plus the 10 minus 2. I'm going to plus the 10. I need to take away the 2. To take away the 2 is what? Can't do it. Minus the 2 is what? Minus the 5 plus the 3. Minus the 5 plus the 3. And then what? I need to plus the 4. So plus the 4 is plus the 10 minus 6. So I add the 10 and I take away the 6. My final answer is 140. Dandelion, I see you. So long. How has it been? Right? So my answer is 140. And then we come down to here. 140. That's what it looks like. 140. And then we're coming down to here. Oh, I'm going to color that in. Hey, Don Julio, this is hard for me. Oh, I see. Let's go back. Let's go back, Don. Thank you so much for letting me know. It's a little difficult. It's a little bit more intermediate. That's fine. That's fine. Do you remember how to add the 5? Where are we at, Don? Is it because we don't know how to read the abacus? Do you remember how to read the abacus? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Thank you so much for the comment. I do appreciate it. Does that make sense? We do 10 is 1 and a 0. Is that where you're at? Or did you learn how to do adding of the 5? Do you remember how to add the 5? I remember you were here, but I don't remember where we left off. So, okay. So we have our 10, right? Remember our 1s and our 10s? So we have our 1s, our 10s, our hundreds, our thousands, our 10,000s. I can't wait to order the new book. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, Tammy. Yeah, I just published the minus 10s. So that's going to come in like 3 days. And I just did it last night. So it takes a little bit of time. Okay, so we know how to do the 10, right, Don? And then we do 11, we do 12, and then we do 13, 14, and then 15. Does that make sense? So what we could do is we can do some bead recognition. Let's do that. Right? Hey, Vinters. 167. Okay, hold on. Let me. Yeah, it's like a drive-by math, freestyling math. Hold on. Hold, please. I still have your other question. I'm making a library of all the questions you have. Okay. Oh, that's the wrong pen. That's the wrong pen too. Okay. 103 minus 67. All right. Done. Hold on for a little bit. We're gonna let me finish this question, and then we'll go back to recognizing the beads. So we do 103, right? 103. So what are we going to do first? Do we do the 7 first or the 6? You let me know. Which one do you want to do first? And then we'll do the other way the next time. Which one are we going to do first? 6. Thank you, goofy eyes. We'll do the 6. So plus the 6. I want to add the 6. Oh, no, I'm not adding. I'm taking away 6. Minus the 6 is equal to what? Minus the 10. I'm sorry. Plus the 4 minus the 10. Right? That's what we're doing. We're going to minus the 4. We're going to plus the 4. Guess what? There's not enough beads to add the 4. Because there's not enough beads, what do? Do you remember? Plus 4 is equal to what? Plus 5 minus 1. Plus the 5 minus 1. Now we got to subtract the 10, right? Do we have enough to take away the 10? 1, 0. Take away 1. Take away 0. Take away 1. Minus the 1. Minus the 1 is equal to what? Plus the 9 minus 10. Oh. Plus the 9 minus 10. Thank you. So we're done with here. Now what are we going to do? We're going to minus the 7. Why not minus the 4 instead of plus the 4? Okay, wait, hold on, Plasmo. Let me continue my thought. Minus the 7. Minus the 7 is take away the 7. So my final answer is 27. First step. Oh, you can do either way. That's why you want to be flexible. You can do minus the 6 is equal to minus the 10 plus the 4. We can do it that way too. So if we did that, right, 1, 0, 3, we want to minus the 10. Minus the 10 first, same thing. Plus the 9 minus the 10. Plus the 9 minus the 10. And then plus the 4. Plus the 4 is what? Plus the 5 minus the 1. You could do it either way. This is why we need to be flexible. This is why you need to remember your formulas. It's like magic. Once you show it to me, I get it. Let's do the other way. Let's do 7. Let's do 7 first, right? So I have 103. 103. I'm going to take away the 7. To take away the 7 is what? Minus the 7 is equal to minus the 10 plus the 3. 7. Minus the 10 plus the 3. I want to add the 6. I'm going to take away the 6. Take away the 6. Minus the 6 is equal to minus the 10 plus the 4. Minus the 10 plus the 4. Plus the 4 is equal to plus the 5 minus 1. Plus the 5 minus 1. My final answer is 27. Too rigid thinking for me. Yeah, you know, that was the crazy thing. It took me a while. I'm telling you, it took me a while to be like, it's okay. You just got to be flexible about it. I know what you mean, because my brother and I would have arguments about which goes first. And it's interesting. It's just interesting how it is, left seems easier, but no matter which way you go, you'll always get to a point where the other way is better. That's just the way it is. The way the numbers flow is just very interesting. Tammy. So there we go. Yeah, so we have, that's why, so just so you know, Plasmo, that's why in the beginning of the book, if this is the book that you bought, I didn't see it. If you saw, I do it both ways. So you see that it can be either way. That's why I did commutative property. You can do this way, you could do this way, or you could do this way. So, and that was the point of trying to continue to be flexible. But the concepts are all the same. Okay, so I'll practice. I'll ask about multiplication time next time. I need to buy your book. Oh, you know what? We can do multiplication now. I got it ready. Let me see. I gotta find it. It's so easy. And yeah. Can we do it? Okay, we're gonna do multiplication. Are you still here? No. I've got it. I've got my book. I think I read the wrong book. Let's do X. Let's do times. Yeah. I'm gonna use a pencil. Okay. Abacus world. What we do is we do distributive property, right? Distributive property. I haven't published this book yet. I think I'm not here to take your money for whatever, it's just whatever. But I do believe that the formula book will help you the most. That's why I gave you a rundown on my plus 10s. I'm not sure if the plus 10s will work for you. You could take it out of your shop. Take it out of your shopping cart, because I didn't process it. So if you think it's wrong, then I guess you get a refund or whatever. I don't know how that works. But this one, the Abacus formula, I do believe it should be part of your library. I do believe that, because it's comprehensive, and in case you needed to review, it's there. And I have it where it's labeled. There's a label here. Okay, so back to here. So I don't know if Vinters, or if you're still here. So in Abacus world, what we do is we call distributive property. And what we need to do in Abacus is we need to understand where we put our number. I'll look. I don't want to miss that. Yeah, good. Okay, good. So we're going to count. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We're at the third column. 1, 2, 3. We need to track our numbers. The reason why is because we need to understand where to put our answer. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do 7 times 2. Tell me, what is 7 times 2? And the thing is we need to know our multiplication fact, right? So what is 7 times 2? Thank you, Vinters. So we have our 1, we have our 4. Yes, thank you, Plasmo. But in Abacus world, we don't need to say 140. Why? Because our Abacus tracks it for us. We just need to know our 2 times 7. So we do it again. 2 times 7. 2 times 7 is 14. I add the 1, right? I know I need to add the 1. I add the 1. Why? Because I need to add the 1. Add the 1, which is plus the 5 minus 4. And then plus 4. So my final answer is 154. So I have 154 takes me to here. So now I'm over here. I have 66. Again, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 6 times 7 is what? What is 6 times 7? 6 times 7 is, see, because you know your math facts and you know you're adding 5 and taking away the 5, you will know how to do multiplication. 42. Add the 4, add the 2. 6 times 7 is 42. Add the 4. How do you add the 4 here? Plus the 5 minus 1. Add the 2. Add the 2. My final answer is 462. Right? 462 takes me to here. Now we're here. Again, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes, thank you. Plus the 5 minus the 1. Yes. Right? 4 times 1 is what? 4 times 1 is 4. 4 is a single digit. How do we make 4 into double digit? Looks very similar to 0, 4. So we're going to do 0, 4. Thank you, Lady J. Thank you, Vinters. Right? We add the 4. Now we do 7 times 4. 7 times 4, 7 times 4 is 28, right? 28? Is that right? 28? Yeah, 28. Add the 2, add the 8. Add the 2. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Lady J. Thank you, Vinters. Add the 2. How do you add the 2? Add the 2 is what? Plus the 5 minus the 3. Add the 8. Add the 8. My final answer is 68. 68 takes me to here. Now I'm over here. Thank you. Yes. Plus the 5 minus the 3. Yep. Good. Right? Again. 3, right? 1, 2, 3. 4 times 8. 4 times 8 is what? It looks so easy when I do it. 32. Add the 3, add the 2. It's easy because I curated the questions. 9 times 4 is what? 9 times 4 is 36. Add the 3, add the 6. Add the 3, right? 36. Thank you, Lady J. How do you add the 3? How do you add the 3? I really like this format. Add the 3. Yes, thank you. Plus the 5 minus the 2. Thank you. Yep. And then add the 6. I add the 6. So my final answer is 356. But that's what I'm saying, right? 356. So now I'm over here. What I did was I made sure that each question is very specific. Because I'm not just giving you a bunch of numbers. I'm giving you a set path to learn. Because we're learning how to do things. And it makes it easier. I don't give you a bunch of numbers and then we'd be like, oh my God, this is so hard. You go in a stage. Every time you do a question, there's a stage to it. Just like we were adding and subtracting. You learn your simple, you learn, the concept, right. You learn your simple, you learn how to make a 5, you learn how to make a 10. and then you figure out how to mix the two. Same thing with the multiplication. I have it where I have the simple first, then I have the adding of the 5, and then I have adding of the 10, and then I mix it all up. Oh my God, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Oh, it's a maze. It is a maze. I like my mazes. The maze is like Atticus. Oh, it gets better. I have it specifically for the kids. So each question is a 2. So 2 times something, 2 times something, 2 times something. And then I have it again for 3s. So I can solidify their numbers in 3s, 4s, and 5s. Oh my God, it's so good. It's our big weekly check-in. Another one. Okay, we'll do another one. Oh, Atticus, just so you know, I'm not going to be here next week. So I won't be able to check in. All right, let's do another one. I'll catch you in the end of June. Okay, I'll see you at the end of June. Thank you so much for checking in. Okay, see you later, Vinters. And I hope to see you in my next live for a new question. I have to keep a book for all the Vinters questions. See you later, Atticus. See you later. All right. Okay, Plasmo. Let's do it. Oh, Lady J, you're still here? And Alchemist, are you still here? Lacey, I don't know if you're still here. Did I lose anybody? Do we need to review? We're going to do a times table. So we're going to do 3. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3. We have 8 times 3. Oh my God. 8 times 3. What's 8 times 3? I think it's 24. 8 times 3. Yeah, thank you. 24. 24. I'm getting tired. This is what happens when I get tired. 8 times 4. 8 times 5. 8 times 5 is 40. I add my 4. I add my 0. I add my 4. How do you add 4? How do you add 4? Yeah. After this maze, I'm going to sign off. Thank you. Add 4. Add 4, Tammy. Plus the 5 minus the 1. Thank you, Plasmo. My final answer is 280. Yeah. 280. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Next one. Let's finish this and then we'll sign off. Yeah? So we have 3. 1, 2, 3. 7 times 2 is what? 14. Add the 1, add the 4. Ha! Thank you, Plasma. Thank you for staying around, sticking around, right? And I've converted you. You know, funny. What's really funny is like people that do come in, and the funny thing is I have a few math professors, like they're like high up there, right? And you know, I start talking about math. I mean, obviously the math is simple to them, but I talk to them about math, and they're like, "Wow, you've converted me to Abacus." I'm like, "Thank you, I appreciate that." So we have our next number. 7 times 7 is 49. Add the 4, add the 9. Add the 4. How do you add 4? Add the 4 is what? Plus the 5 minus the 1. And then you add the 9. And there you go. My final answer is 189. 189 takes me to here. You have. I don't know how to see this again after you camp. But I don't know how to see this again. I love your camping trip. Oh yeah. I don't know if you followed me, but if you follow me, you'll get the notification when I'm on. I still have until Friday, so you'll see me every day. I'm usually on every day, right, Tammy? Sometimes twice a day, because that's how much I want to share my knowledge to the world. But we don't go to like what we're doing now, right? What we do is we go back to the fundamentals. No worries, no worries. But if you've gotten everything here, then I guess you'd just be waiting on some books. I have a few people that sometimes, depending on how small the class is, we go to division. But it is what it is. If I see you, I'm ignorant about TikTok. No worries. I just started. I'm telling you, I just started. And you're doing pretty good. If you came to my live and you're doing this, you're doing pretty good. So we do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 6 times 9. 6 times 9 is 54, right? Is that right? 54? And then 6 times 4. 6 times 7. 6 times 7. 6 times 7 is 42. Add the 4. How do we add the 4? We want to add the 4 here. How do we add the 4? Plus the 5 minus the 1. Thank you. Plus the 5 minus the 1. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, Plasmo. Yes. Thank you, Jackson. And then we want to add the 2, right? We want to add the 2. 1, 2. There we go. Hey, Andre. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Plus the 5 minus the 1. Thank you. Thank you. And what's our final answer? Is that even correct? I've been on for a little bit. 582. Yes, good. It is correct. Oh my gosh. All right. We'll do it again. 7 times 3. 7 times 3 is 21. Add the 2, add the 1. 7 times 7 is 49. Plus the 4, plus the 9, plus the 4. What is plus 4? Plus 4 is plus the 5 minus the 1. And then add the 9. So my final answer, I hope to see you tomorrow. Okay, Plasmo, I hope to see you tomorrow. Good luck. Thank you again for joining. Thank you again for joining. I do enjoy the conversations and the conversion. I've converted people. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you so much. Yes, 259. And then what's our next one? We have what? 1, 2, 3. 7 times 2? What's 7 times 2? 7 times 2 is 14. 14. And then, thank you, TikTok T. Thank you, Tammy. 7 times 4. 7 times, oh my gosh. 7 times 4 is 28, right? Add the 2, add the 8. Add the 2. How do we add the 2? How do we add the 2? Drop the 3. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. Plus the 5 minus the 3. And then we want to add the 5, add the 8. Add the 8 is this. So I have 168. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, TikTok T. 168. And then we have this number. 1, 2, 3. So we have 1, 2, 3. 8 times 9 is what? I don't remember. What time? What is that? 72? 81. 72, right? Thank you. 72. Thank you, Haley, Tammy, Andrea, Daniel. Thank you. Yes, thank you, TikTok T. 72. And then we have 8 times 5. 8 times 5 is 40, right? 8 times 5 is equal to 40. I want to add 40. How do I add 4 to this? Thank you, TikTok T. How do I add 4? Plus the 4 is what? Plus the 5 plus the 4. Plus the 4 is plus the 5 minus 1. Thank you, cats. Thank you, cats. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yes, so our answer is 760. 760. So then our next one is 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Oh, I see. Thank you, Tammy. 2 times 2 is 4. Add the 4. 2 times 8. 2 times 8 is what? 16? Add the 1. Add the 6. How do you add the 1? How do we add the 1 here? Add the 1 is what? plus the 1, and then plus the 6. 8 times 2 is, thank you, yes, plus the 10, plus the 5, minus the 4, plus the 6. Wrong column? No. So when we do 2 times 2 is equal to 4, we want to make 4, because 4 is a single digit, we want to make it into a 2, we want to make it into a 2-digit number. So you know how we have numbers like in time. We have 105 or we do 106. It's the same thing with this. So we want to do a 0 and a 4. Because it's a single digit, we want to go back one column. That's why. Thank you, Haley. Did that make sense, Andrea? And then our final answer is 56. Now we have this one. Yes. Okay, good. Yeah. It's a very valid question, right? Because that's the thing about doing multiplication is you need to you have to be careful with the single digit. So that's why we try to remember single digit is like 0, it has a leading 0. So 1, 2, 3, 6 times 4 is what? 24. 24. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 2 is 12. Add the 1, add the 2. Add the 1. How do I add the 1? Excuse me, how do I add the 1? I want to add 1 here. Thank you, Andrea. Add the 1 plus the 5 minus the 4. Thank you. Sorry, thank you. I'm gonna, this is it. I'm done. Yes, 252. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, TikTok T. Thank you, Haley. Thank you, Tammy. All right, and that's my puzzle. That's my puzzle. Everywhere we go, there's my maze. Yeah. So cool. Thank you so much, TikTok T. I appreciate that. Yeah, this was going to be my next one of my books. This is like a future book. And we go through, and that's what I do. I go through my future books to make sure that it makes sense. And I really like this. I really like this because the way I categorized it. I can't to get both books. What? What book? What both books? No. They're not published. This one's not published yet. The minus 10 is being reviewed right now. The three-digit book is available now. The three-digit book is available. I haven't ordered my copy yet because I'm not going to be here to. So, but yeah, I have. This is my three-digit one. So I'm not sure, Tammy, which one you meant. Oh, I can't wait to get both books. Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually really excited for the multiplication and the way that I broke it up. So thank you, TikTok T, for translating. But the way I have it, there's if you already know your multiplication fact, then we do it this way. If you don't know your multiplication fact, I actually break it up to having all the 2s and then all the 3s and then adding all the 4s. So then that would be for more of the kids. And I'm actually really excited for the multiplication book. Just the way I was going to set it up. It's going to be a series as well. This is there's going to be a Abacus to Adult series, and then there's going to be a multiplication series. And then there's going to be a division series, but that's going to be a little bit. That's going to be a little bit. That's going to be a little bit more. That's a little bit more involved. So I want to get these ones out the door so we have it. Yeah. And so that's what this one was. This one was two-step equations. So I made a maze of all the two-step equations. We didn't quite finish it, but I think I'm about done. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you for dropping by. Hello. I just stopped to sit down on the couch to have a glass of wine to chill. Sorry. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm doing math. You're learning math, but actually I'm going to sign off. I'm a little tired. I've been on for a little bit. So, That's what we do. I do arithmetic. I do adding, subtracting, multiplication, and division on the abacus. And I show you how to do the abacus. So, all right. Thank you everybody for joining. And I will see you guys all in my next live. If you want to, you can just follow me. 3-digit order. Yay! That's awesome, Tammy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tammy. Thank you so much for supporting me. Bye, TikTok T. Thank you so much. Yeah, if anybody was curious, the the books are available in the TikTok shop. It is also available here. My name is Lynette, and I've been teaching Abacus for 20 years. So I appreciate everybody being here. Thank you so much. But I am planning to shut down because I need to regroup. It's been a little bit. Thank you, everybody. Hey, Cookie. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. But I'll see you later tonight. I do plan to coming on tonight. And I'll see you then. Yeah? Let me know if you have any other questions. But yeah, I'm going to sign off. Yay. Yeah, that's the plan tonight. See you later, Cookie. Bye. Bye, everybody. Bye, TikTok T. Bye, Tabby. I. Bye, I. Oh my gosh. What happened? I'm trying to find. No. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to take a picture. No. What? There we go. There we go. There we go. I took a picture. Save.